It's all up there. You saw the jungle.
Oh no, we make every redneck boy
This
already.
is incredible. Pat, get me some kangaroo bollocks. Ho ho ho, and welcome back to the only wrestling podcast that exclusively rebooks, reimagines and relives the worst of wrestling. We are Better Call Creative, and we are opening up our advent calendar as we review the 12 Daves of Christmas. But which Dave will it be today? I am joined as ever to my right by the Christmas creature, Jack Chance.
Hello.
And to my left, with Santa Claus himself, Sam Chance.
Hello.
And I am the New Year's baby, Ben Chance, your host.
Oh dear.
Day 6 of our wrestling calendar of the 12 Daves of Christmas. And today is the 18th of December. So we're into the week before Christmas. And all round the house, nothing was stirring. Is it? Not even Dave. So what Christmas Dave will we see behind door number 6 today? I like that pose that he did. That was just Dave. Well, behind door number 6 is a fellow Brit, another Brit. They love a British Dave. They do love a British Dave. This isn't Dave. It's not David. It's Davey Boy. Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. I had his fist right up against my ear when I was a child.
Jesus Christ. They could have gone anywhere.
I was going to say, where was this going, Ben?
This is our third British Dave in space of 6 days, isn't it?
What was it?
Yeah. Dave Mastiff.
Oh, Mastiff, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mastiff.
We're heading to review the best rated Davey Boy Smith match ever by Dave Meltzer.
Oh, yeah.
Not 1992 though. We're heading to the year 19...
Well, he was fucked.
It's completely fucked. We're heading to 1997, where he does look a bit healthier, in fairness.
Yes,
to
he
Davey
does
Boy.
actually. And he looks like he actually wants to wrestle.
What a haircut could do for you.
So
He
we're
come from what is it? Scott's Creed Bulldog. 94 when he come
Puffy hair. Creed Bulldog.
You look at him down. He looks
With
like
arms
Scott's
wide open Bulldog.
You'll grow old.
So yes, we're heading to the year 1997 for day 6 of our 12 Daves of Christmas. And at the top of the Christmas charts in 1997 was the Spice Girls with Too Much. Too much too fair.
Hang on, I think we're like not too
That's airport. Too much crack, Bulldog. Too much crack.
Too much Brian Christie.
So
And
yeah,
Scott Taylor.
yeah. Our offering to you, if you want to follow the charts, 1997. Spice Girls Too Much. However, if they would like a different, if they would prefer a different Christmas offering on their way to work, or as they're opening their first Christmas present, Jack,
On the 18th.
doesn't matter. It might be German. The week before. What would you suggest?
I would suggest Jingle Bells by Crash Test Dummies.
Oh,
bit of a
yes.
boy band there.
Boy
Well,
band.
not a boy band. They're a bit of a band that I like.
Yes. They've appeared in a previous
They have.
episode.
I'm
Check
going to
it
try
out in
and
the
shoehorn Crash Test Dummies in anywhere I can because I love them.
Yep. Peter Pumpkinhead. Listen to it.
Oh yeah,
It's good.
it is good.
So,
Crash Test Dummies!
Crash Test Dummies. Oh no, Simpsons boogie. Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, is competing here for a title, making its debut for the first time, I think they said, in 26 years.
The first new belt. I'll put 20 years.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But then again, this is Vince's commentary does kind of fluctuate
change.
a lot throughout the match.
And speaking of Germany, if they were opening their presence on the 18th in Germany, this was held in Germany. It obviously wasn't live, but...
I did see the promo package at the beginning.
No, I
You
didn't.
went on about Burley Ball.
Oh, I did. Yes, I did. I saw it.
He fought behind the mute.
Was that still off funny?
Yeah, he was going.
Oh, probably.
This country was divided by a wall. This complete Vince.
That's the wall.
Sid v. McMahon. The arena's very poorly lit, though.
This was it's the lowest rated Raw
Yes.
at the time. This is when Vince said fuck it and decided to bring Russo in. This was the Raw that broke Vince's back.
The rating. So the actual TV rating was really
it was badly lit. It was basically a house show that they just filmed and said it was Raw.
Yeah, it's not the best looking Raw.
No,
I must admit. However,
Biggest crowd probably.
yeah, and I'll tell you what,
There was
there's something to be said about having a crowd that cares. I mean, people go on about Raws and Raws are shit at the moment, but the crowd couldn't give a shit either, could they? So it's it's difficult
these days.
if they filmed every Raw the night after WrestleMania, then it might be all right. You know what I'm saying? But
all that go round the world and filmed a Raw.
constantly add it to the UK.
world.
That's what they should do. Have it in the UK, and we'll make sure we look after
We'll
it.
get it over. We'll get Raw over.
We got Adam Rose over for God's sake.
And Fandango.
That was on the.
I got that over.
That was up to number
You.
15. That was
I
going to
know.
feature on the
I
UK chart.
played it at Rangers Ground.
What is it, Blackpool as well? Against Everton or whatever. it is.
Played it there
Yeah.
at the start
what
of
is this
football
one?
matches.
Brilliant.
We're strange people, aren't we?
Yeah, but like you say, Vince,
We are strange.
We are
Vince,
strange.
if you want your shit over, bring it over here. We'll sort it out.
Give us Mania.
We
I
watch.
don't care if we
but
can watch it on the
Leave Mojo over there.
Oh yeah,
Don't forget Vince.
keep him in Saudi Arabia.
Don't forget Vince. We put former English managers into a jungle and watch them eat fucking pig's bollocks for entertainment.
And that's got him more over than not paying tax.
It's all up there. You
Oh.
saw the jungle.
Oh no, they carry redneck
This
IRS
is
spot.
incredible. Pat, get me some kangaroo bollocks.
What's the shop called in there?
The dingo.
The dingo shack. or
That's
whatever.
it, yeah. Back
Back
to the shack.
To the shack. We need some bollocks.
You've got a lot of it though, Vince. Look at your product.
The brackets are shown before the match, showing how Bulldog and his opponent Owen Hart made their way to the final. I only checked out the semi-finals. You can fill in the blanks, but I've got Bulldog beating Vader in the semis. I believe Vader beat Rock in the
Rocky Maivia in the first
in the
one.
first round. I don't
Would
know.
you know
Bulldog.
this stuff by heart? You're weird.
I know Brett lost to Owen and Brett beat Triple H
Yeah.
in the first round. I think Owen beat Flash Funk in
Jesus.
the first round. And
How did Funk get in
I
it?
think
Bulldog and Owen have made it to the finals. Owen beating Brett in Europe. I know it probably would have been through shenanigans, but that's a big win for for Owen Hart.
Yeah.
both of them was over
He
the
beat him a lot,
well,
though,
they-
didn't he? True.
Did you?
Oh, he beat him a lot. Brett only beat him at Mania, did he?
Yeah, no, he
Oh,
lost
he
to him
played
at
with
Mania.
SummerSlam,
He
didn't
lost to him at Mania.
SummerSlam in the
sorry.
cage. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. So, early on in the match, Owen Hart allows a clean break, and the two do a really nice reversal spot, which Davey Boy wins. Feels like Bulldog is the face. That's what I've put it
really
Look
in.
how
over
get
with
it.
the
It's in
crowd.
Germany and he's
Yeah.
English.
And they really
They love
ham
him,
up.
though. They
He's
love
a
him.
Brit.
Yeah,
You know,
he's British. Oh my god, he's British.
well, he didn't goose step or anything, so. Owen Hart tries a monkey flip, but Bulldog blocks, and we get a nice stalemate spot again. You know, the standoff spot.
Yeah.
There's a handshake, and Vince McMahon, Jim Ross, and their commentator partner for the night,
Honky Tonk Man.
In 97.
They talk up the match and they put over even now that this is going to be a brilliant match. This is a great match. It's better than the over 40s show up the road. This is Honky saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He
Just
said
come
this,
from there.
Yeah.
I actually said that. I was like, have you bit her a little bit, Honky?
Because you couldn't beat Johnny B. Bad.
if they paid him a $5 more, he'd be in the NWO. Honky. So there is on about.
He wouldn't have to jump, would he, if he
No.
was in the NWO?
NWO sprayed on his guitar.
Oh, Sam, you're booking it.
I'm not booking that crap.
You might have to in the future. Bulldog wins the test of strength, but Owen bounces his way out of it. Bulldog counters a Hurricane Rana with a power bomb, and then he catapults Owen Hart outside, but Bulldog allows him in. They do play up this, don't they? Because they're tag team champions.
Yeah,
aren't
that's
they?
and Vince keeps going on all them. There's dissension, and Honky's just like, no, they're right.
And at this point,
Well,
Tournament.
yeah, and at this point they look perfectly fine. To be fair, Vince, what you want about? Bulldog's on top as we go into a break, which is annoying, but hey ho, especially when it's been filmed in Germany. But okay, whatever. Owen reverses a suplex and goes for an enziguri, but Bulldog ducks. Bulldog looks like really quick, doesn't he?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
he
He's got
looks
a
like
step.
he cares at this point.
Yeah, he does.
I think it depends on who he was fighting. Or
Does he
I think because he
yeah.
thought out, he was fighting Owen.
Yeah.
He knew he
Yeah,
could
bad,
get
yeah,
some
bad
stuff
worker.
up.
Well, yeah, we'll get to the question later on.
Oh. Whoa!
Bulldog ducks and applies a bow and arrow on Owen. And Owen pulls Earl Hebner to escape out
Oh
of it.
yeah.
And
Vince
Earl's like,
really had to go like, I just pulled the ref. But yes, Vince, he did. That's what heels do.
Owen backdrops Bulldog outside, and again he lets him in, and they have a sort of slap of a hand or a handshake. We have a headlock and a crisscross, and then Owen Hart blows out his knee. Bulldog doesn't really look like he's going to help him anyway, but before he can be betrayed, Owen just stomps at him anyway, and he stomps him down, tries to apply the sharpshooter, and now you get the first sort of tease of dissension, and again wicked with each other and stuff. Owen is on top now as Honky Tonk Man does a Stu Hart impression.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
It's just basically being Lawler.
Yeah.
Lawler.
Yeah, you're not as funny as Lawler. We miss Lawler. So all I kept thinking when I was listening to Honky is I wish it was Lawler.
This is 97 Lawler. It's not like it's 2018 Lawler.
Oh,
I'd
man,
rather have Honky.
well, in 2018 I just think I wish it was Lawler.
Oh, you're burying Honky.
But yeah, Bulldog regroups and then he hits a sunset flip for a 2. Sunset flip? Bulldog? Amazing.
Oh my god, he didn't move.
I don't care what anyone said, fucking Bulldog. The Brits are winning this. The Brits are winning Christmas.
Yes.
Oh dear. So, Owen Hart hits an elbow drop for a 2 and gets a belly to belly for a 2 and then uses the ropes in the corner for a 2. So there's some near falls, but he used first visual sort of cheat that you see as well. Owen Hart then hits a flying leg drop for a 2 and then it follows up with a superplex which Bulldog reverses into a body press for a 2. Lots of twos. Bulldog does his
It's fine.
Bulldog does his delayed superplex, which I don't think anyone does a better delayed superplex. I mean, I've seen him do it on like Giant and stuff like that. And
Vader and Sid's the more visually one, I think, because
he's
so tall.
His legs are massive.
He has got long legs.
And a body press onto the top rope, where he crotches him on the top rope.
Yeah.
No, he loves that spot as well, doesn't he? I mean, Sean or Owen, they all love it.
Sean used to do it in every match.
Yeah, he did, so he'd have to do it, then he'd bounce over it.
Yeah. Owen finally gets to hit the enziguri. I think I've asked the question before, so I'll ask again, but it's the best enziguri there's ever been. And then he goes for the sharpshooter. Yes. Bulldog powers to the ropes, and Owen now tries to do a tombstone. I dread to think whether he was going to land on his
when
knees.
I saw that, I thought, oh god.
Even though you know nothing will happen, I still feel a bit wincing.
But he hadn't done that yet.
No, that's what I mean.
Before. This was building up to Mania, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was a couple of weeks. It was only a couple of weeks out from Mania. In fact, 2 Raws after this, Sid teams with Undertaker the Raw after, and then he fights Brett for the title in a cage the Raw before Mania.
Jesus.
So you can tell Vince I think Vince, probably what you said was right. Vince just thought, fuck, I need to throw everything at Raw now.
Seed.
Yeah.
Get out there.
Throw
seed at it.
Yeah, but the Tombstones reversed into a press slam, which I've put here should have been the finish.
Yeah,
I got that.
Yeah.
I thought that was. And then
I
he
thought
kicked
it
out
was.
for one.
Well,
The
the,
finish so quick after.
yeah, exactly, because the next sequence is a victory roll by Owen, which is reversed into another victory roll by Bulldog, and he gets the 3. And that's it. It didn't feel... It felt so anticlimactic after the power slam. Bulldog is the winner and the inaugural European champion. So we got our first European champion crowned. There is tease of a breakup. They keep going, they'll turn your back on him and he's gonna attack.
Puke!
But he doesn't. There is nothing that happens, and they hold the belt
That
up
gets
together.
a pop as well. They held the belts up
Yeah,
together.
but it's upside down. Then they hold the European title.
What a debut for the belt.
Yeah.
They did do one bit during the match, where they had the split screen, where for some reason, a couple of times they just had Honky, but then they just had one where they show the belt. And Honky actually says, that was me holding it a few hours ago or something. Why couldn't it just be him there holding it?
Yeah.
He said it like weighed more than a normal belt of them.
Yeah. Why are they trying to get over that anyway?
He wants to have it and all.
But why?
Oh, yeah, I was going to put that for Honky, European champ. God, no.
Honky
Don't
champion,
happen.
God no.
Don't we defend it for Trips? Oh, he takes his place in the Rumble.
Takes his place in the Rumble, yeah. Trips is just European champion, even though he's injured.
That made me feel ill. I laughed because I thought he was joking. And then when you said
his place in the Rumble,
I remember him taking his
I
remember him taking his place in the Rumble.
I
But
thought he was. He had
perennial
defended
surprise, Honky.
every Rumble.
2001.
Get
God.
Honky.
So Bulldog is our first European champion. I'll ask you about the match first, Sam. What did you think of the match?
Really liked it. That worked together. You can tell. This Owen's always good. Obviously, Bulldog. It depends who he's wrestling.
Yeah.
If he wants to play ball or he's out doing nefarious things with United up before having fucked. But he did look really good on this actually. So, and I think the right person won really.
I think Bulldog needs to be European champion.
Yeah.
You need a European as your first European.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the idea behind the European
else was
champion was that they had no star power, but they could always tour Europe and go over because of Bulldog. That's why they signed him to a big deal, because there was rumours that he was going to be the 4th man in the NWO.
Yeah, Sullivan wanted him there.
Yeah.
He was going to want because Bulldog was in talks.
Well, it was giant, but there was always the idea really was going to be.
He wanted X-Pac as well, because Rory
was
6'4", and then obviously Bulldog was going to be.
Well, he had a non-complete Pete, didn't he? So they rushed it. But yeah, the rumour was that it was going to be Bulldog, although Eric Bischoff disputes it. But I don't care what anyone says. It would have made sense had they assigned him. But they signed him to a big contract at a time when they were struggling. Not quite Bret Hart money, but because they just knew that he was money in Europe.
Yeah.
And the idea with this was, well, we don't trust him enough to give him the world title, but we can put him on the end of a show in Europe and justify it by saying, well, he's defending the biggest title in Europe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The regional belt.
Yeah. So there is some logic in that. And then if they then gave the belt to Owen Hart, it wouldn't make sense. I mean, it would make even less sense than the next tour of Europe and the UK, him dropping the belt to someone who doesn't need it, like say the world champion. You know what I mean?
He wore the world champ at this point.
Okay, so just
He
someone
won
like a coked up dickhead.
At that show in Montreal is where he won the world belt.
Yeah, we won't mention that.
Yeah. He was there.
I thought it was a fantastic match
as
well.
First Fed show.
It was, yeah. I thought that was a good match as well. Jack?
Yeah, very good. They work well together. You can tell that they're obviously mates, so they're going to put each other over and let each other get the shit in. The only negative I thought was
Honky.
Well, Honky, but the finish. If they take the power slam out, you don't need to take his finish, then kick out, then do a roll up. They could have just had the roll up, which then keeps them both relatively strong anyway, and then both mates. So it's sort of a roll up victory.
Yeah.
Them still the team.
And if you did want to have the split later, you could have used that as like the
instead of him having to take his finish. But that's the only negative. And why they advertised Raw next week? Why did it start at 7:57?
Because 3 minutes before Nitro.
Is that why they did it?
Exactly the reason why they did it.
But the first 3 minutes was Pyro and the Ahmed walking down
They thought
barrels of fire or whatever it was.
they thought that
Sid fighting on a rooftop.
yeah, they thought that 3 minutes once you got
Was
him,
it always 7:57 then?
it was for that period of time, yeah. That's what when they went to
And
2
then they
hours.
give you a
I
cold
watched-
Raw.
I watched all the Raws at this point over again, and the next Raw it opens up with a Sid promo. I'd turn it off. So,
But then Nitro
What's on
opens
Nitro?
up with fire and
God,
ice.
it's a Hogan promo. Sid
you
Hogan.
didn't put Cartoon Network on the Secret Squirrel. Yeah, it
I
was.
put Noel on.
Noel's house party.
I thought that was a really good match. It was becoming of introducing a title as well. Right
Yeah.
person won. But I do agree with you. Could have done without the finish. Could have either have done with him winning with a power slam or not having it at all. I think the problem was that he obviously had powered out of the sharpshooter, so it would have made Owen look really weak that he couldn't finish him with his finisher, but he
Yeah.
then went clean over. And I suppose it is a spot where you're going to pump the crowd up, so you've got to kind of have it. The only thing I think they could have done is maybe had him run too far and his leg go under the rope
Under
or
the
something.
rope,
So-
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, I'm clutching at straws to really poke holes in the match. So, as we do with every day in our holiday advent calendar, we use the rating of the greatest wrestling Dave, David Meltzer, Sir David Meltzer,
Sir, you got 90.
and his 5-star rating, which, as we know, only counts if you're not fighting in a Japanese house show, in which, if you are, it's 10.5 stars. However, the 5-star rating, as we said, could go as low as -5 stars and tend to be a maximum of 5 positive stars. I don't think we'll use the negative, but I'll throw to you first, Jack, this time. What would you have rated this match? Were you using Mr. Meltzer's rating?
4
stars.
4 stars.
And do you think, bearing in mind this is the highest rated British Bulldog match, that he rated it higher or lower?
I'd say the same.
Nothing. Interesting. Samuel, what do you think?
I was going to say 4 as well. Exactly. The match, I think, is the thing that let it down was what the show or the Raw is on
Yes.
and the aesthetic of the look.
Yeah.
If it was on like a
Don't
Raw that they usually do, it might have just
Been
not
light,
at a
yeah.
5, but it'd have been a bit higher.
Yeah.
But I think it's just the overall look of it, 'cause it looks like it's a house show, which
I mean,
aesthetically-
don't forget, Dave Meltzer gave a 5-star rating to a house show in WCW in '94.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
your point.
Yeah,
And he wore there.
he wore there.
So I don't know where he saw it.
Yeah.
He's a dickhead, isn't he? Yeah, so do you think that'll be higher or lower then? Do you agree with Jack that
I think it is higher.
you think he's rated it higher, or you think he's
Rated it lower.
Ah.
Oh, you think he's rated it lower?
Yeah, he's given it a rating of 4.5
Oh.
stars.
Well,
Our second our equal highest rating thus far in our run, giving it 4.5. So actually higher than what you two have rated it. And I
Yeah.
must admit, having rated the previous match at 4.25 on the Meltzer scale in the ladder match, I don't think it's as good a match as that. Purely and simply because the psychology is just as good in this match, but that's on a pay-per-view.
Pure and simple.
oh dear.
Hearsay.
That was a Christmas song, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously there was more people in it, and it just had a wider variety. That said, I thought this was a fantastic match, so I think 4 would have been pretty much where I would have put it.
Yeah.
So fuck you, Dave. You're not consistent again. You got it wrong again.
Rule bricked had you.
Yeah. So my Secret Santa question to you two is this: taking every British wrestler that has ever appeared in WWE or could appear in WWE in the future, do you think the British Bulldog should have had the honour of being the first British World Heavyweight Champion? So that's bearing in mind that if you think there was someone better suited after him, they wouldn't have been able to have the honour because you
Be the
booked
first.
Bulldog as the first. I'll throw to you first, Sam. Do you think that Bulldog should have been the first British world champion?
It's an odd one, this is, because there's three that come to mind.
Bearing in mind, Axel Rotten's from Newcastle.
No, he's not. I heard him speak. You threw me off there.
Bearing in mind, Rollerball Rocco.
Johnny T. No,
You wouldn't have.
no.
Who would you have had?
Probably Regal.
Okay.
But then there's Barrett as well that I was thinking possibly. But it's all dependent how they're booking that. You know they'd fuck them up.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well,
obviously
they did anyway.
Well, they did not. All of them.
We know.
Oh, yeah.
Go back and listen
Yeah.
to it.
Oh, we ain't finished yet.
Check out episode 8.
Bulldog possibly in the 80s or early 90s he could have had a run, but again he was reliable, I don't think.
Not in the early 90s.
I would have said Regal.
Jack.
I'd have said Bulldog. I think you look at the
Not
roster,
Dynamite.
round 95, 96, you've got Brett, Sean, who hadn't won it yet, Diesel,
Take.
Taker. That's it.
Yeah.
Bulldog's next. I think as a
Owen?
heel, well, I know, yeah. I think Bulldog could work with anyone when he could be asked. It's probably more his reliability outside of the ring, but
Yeah.
then Sean was unreliable outside the ring, I'd say, probably. 'Cause
I
he
agree.
he was more coked up and everything. I just think
Kept losing his
Bulldog-
smile.
When you think of British wrestling, Bulldog's the first name,
Yeah.
and I think he should have won the
Or
belt
Johnny
because he
That's
was
a big
such-
daddy, and I don't think they'd get him.
well, yeah, he was a big star. He could have had a run. Yeah, why couldn't he have done what Sid did when he had the run from Rumble to whatever?
True.
Yeah, just even for a
For
couple
sure.
of months or a
Yeah.
month or so, just to say he's had it.
Yeah. Well, I sort of disagree with both of you in many ways, but agree on principle with both of what you've said. Is that I think there's definitely an argument to say he was in the top 5 for a long time,
Yeah.
and some of the matches he had with Brett and Shawn
Yeah.
were good matches when he was the number 1 contender,
Yeah.
and he just couldn't get over the line. So he could easily justify, and it wouldn't have affected business. It would not have affected business him going over. But would it have made him a star at the time that he was number 1? I'm not sure. I don't think you'd have ever have said, well, he's going to carry the company. He would just been a placeholder. And I think if you're going to talk now, British world champion, it's almost like the first black world champion, where it's such a big thing. You could turn it into such a big thing that I think of what it could have done for Wade Barrett
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the Nexus. Had they have booked that it's the first Brit so much, it would have put him to the main event.
Yeah.
And he'd have stuck there.
Yeah.
And that might have fucked him up, but he would have at least stuck there.
Yeah.
Because they never gave him that rub,
No.
he just plummeted. And now I think, well, I would have given it to Barrett because of that. But now you've not got that option. I just think you've got to look at someone like Pete Dunne,
Pete
because
Dunne,
this roster needs...
Would you say English or British? Because I mean, you could look at Drew McIntyre. 'Cause
Or
obviously
Drew,
they're
yeah.
all-
Well, Drew's
they're all
probably a
touting
lot
him now,
closer.
really.
Or Roddy Piper.
He's Scottish. But yeah, Drew would be a perfect option. In fact, I would argue maybe Drew's a lot more suited to the role, because I don't think Dunn's promo style and skill is quite up to.
Very thick accent.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Drew's got the thick accent, but
But they love a Scot.
they don't mind
They
the
do, they love
Scottish
the
accent.
Yeah, yeah.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
The
That's what they
Canadian.
all Scots sound like.
But
They
yeah,
all sound Canadian.
I think I would.
Rory, yeah.
Rory.
I'm changing my pick.
I
Rory.
might have, if I had the book in '95, I might have used that as a trope to try and.
Bulldog in 95, I
Cream
think.
Bulldog.
But I think now you haven't, and you're looking back and making the decision now, you stand to gain more because he didn't hold it. Number 2 world British world champion hasn't got the same ring to it.
Yeah.
First. So that's day 6 over with, and we've revisited one of the wrestling greats, one of the best Davies, or Daves, or Davids.
I was
All
talking with Davey, who's still in the mid card.
Probably will be for life.
So,
Sing us a song of the Bulldog Man.
Speaking of the song, the fucked up man. The cracked up man.
I'm football Bulldog. I do love you.
Yeah, we do love you.
we hope you're fucked on the way to Christmas, but do drink responsibly. And join us for day 7 of our wrestling 12 days of Christmas as we're on the highway to Christmas Eve.
I was hoping.
Not day.
Highway
Highway to Christmas Eve.
to Hull.
Join us on day 7. We look forward to seeing you then. Follow us on Twitter at BCC Pod, at Facebook at facebook.com/bettercallcreative.1, and on our website at bettercallcreative.com, where you'll get to enjoy all the episodes, all our archived episodes as well, and Jack's musical reviews and gaming reviews.
Yes,
Jack, I
yeah.
believe there's going to be some more gaming reviews up soon.
I will, yeah.
Enjoy the Christmas period, and from me, New Year's baby, saying Merry Christmas, with Santa Claus saying yes, and the Christmas creature saying,
I don't know.
ho ho ho,
God
Merry
bless us,
Christmas,
everyone.
God bless us everyone. Goodbye, folks.
Open sleigh.